Welcome to episode 22.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Oh, that's what you meant by a Taylor Swift episode.
So just realised before we started recording that this is episode 22 and we should have planned an entire episode around Taylor Swift.
Well, I'm glad we haven't. No, I don't mind Taylor Swift, actually. I think she's got some great songs. And, you know, I'm more than happy to do a Swiftie episode at some point.
Fantastic. Oh, it should have been episode 13. Maybe, right, so it'll have to be episode 87, which 87. Because...
Okay.
Well, if they're still together, which I'm sure they will be, but that's Travis Kelce's jersey number.
Okay. Well,
I'm just thinking of Taylor Swift related.
No, I like that. That's cool. I look forward to that.
Or episode 1989.
1989. Oh, God, that's quite
one of her
far away.
albums.
1989. I don't know if we'd ever get that far. It's a lot of episodes.
How long would that actually take us?
2009. Well, now we're doing an episode every week, so
that many weeks.
52 weeks. So.
Well, 100 weeks would be roughly 2 years. So it'd be nearly 40 years, I think.
How many?
If I'm calculating correctly, I think it would be 40 years.
40 years?
To do... No, that can't be right.
Give me the number again.
Right. So...
1982.
1989.
Okay.
So you want to do 1989 divided by 52?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 38.25 years. So there we go.
Wow.
There's a bit of quick math. Well, it wasn't quick at all, was it? But we're both dyslexic.
What, Chris and Rose? Well, maybe they do more than one episode a week. I've not really noticed. But I know they're on episode 400 and something. And they've only been going since lockdown.
Jeez. Yeah,
so they must do multiple a week.
38 years. I don't know any podcast that's gone for that long. I mean, the Jew.
They didn't exist.
Well, there we go. Well, fun fact. Fun fact. I think probably the longest that I know of is probably Joe Rogan's.
It's a long-standing podcast. Yeah, I don't know of any.
It's probably I don't know if it was the first one I listened to, but it probably was. I can always remember that being there. And podcasts would have started before I even started listening to them. I definitely didn't get onto them. I got onto them late, not too late, but I got onto them probably some years after it actually kicked off.
Yeah, I think I got onto them pretty late.
Yeah, I never really had an intrigue in them. I was always a YouTube guy, which, to be fair, has never gone. My YouTube addiction is... It's something that I know how to fix it, actually. And everyone laughs at me when I do this. And I did fix it, but I had to unfix it. And I'll explain why for a moment. The way I fixed it is I changed my phone from a smartphone to what they call a dumb phone. And that's the thing people call them. They're called dumb phones. It's not me just saying that. What dumb phones are just basically just old phones. They have a lot less features. You can go on the internet still on some of them, but the screen, is really low resolution, and it's tiny, and it's all it's a tough phone to use. But because of that, watching YouTube videos isn't attractive. It's just a bit of a ball. Therefore, you just don't really do it. And you only pretty much end up using it for just calling and texting, which that's the core of what it's there for. And I was like, perfect. That I need that relationship with my phone now. Throughout my life, I've made healthy sort of steps towards disengaging from my phone. One of the best ones that I made, which someone told me about when I was in uni, which you can do today, is go into your notifications and just turn all of them off. Now, of course, I respect, maybe emails for your work or maybe WhatsApp, maybe you want to keep them on. For me, I still don't like that. I just like to check it at my own time. But if you're still adamant to keep notifications on, just take off the badges from the apps. Honestly, it makes a difference. When you just see all those red icons all over your apps with just 6 notifications, 5 notifications, 100 notifications, it's just so your mind just doesn't know where to go. But I felt a real difference when I did that. So that's an immediate change. But the dumb phone is the long term. But the reason I had to go back to the dumb phone is because we went traveling, and you really need maps when you're traveling. You need taxi apps, you need bank apps to work, and it was just too difficult with a dumb phone.
I think it's so funny that you just carried an extra phone around for so long and never used it.
I did because I went there with a plan to carry, because I'd been using it for maybe a couple months. I was loving it, I must say. I was so on board with it.
What I think's funny is though you're like, I love this phone, it's really shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you're
why
like, it's awful
it.
to use, and I love it.
Honestly, that's exactly why I loved it, and I moved everything onto it. It took me about 2 weeks to move every app onto it, because it was like the Android doesn't even go to the latest Android, so I don't know, it's like 3 years behind or something.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so it's like converting things was not easy. Like I had to find loads of weird apps to like convert and bring content over, phone numbers over, certain apps I couldn't even bring over because it won't update, so it won't now match the system that app's on. So some apps will go out of date on this. That is a bit annoying, because there are some apps that I do like to use, like my Garmin app. I don't think I could have downloaded that, which is quite annoying. So yeah, but it's great. But traveling, it's just, you need maps instantly at times. You need to wire money. You need a taxi app, and there's moments where you need it immediately, and I can't spend 20 minutes trying to make my phone work. So it was just going to be too painful. So yeah. Smartphone for traveling. Then when we chill out, I'm gonna flip back.
Well, on that note, I've sent you a link. I don't know if it's only on the US Amazon, but
it is the US Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Google Pixel 9 have got a good deal on right now.
They have. It's got an incredible deal. It's like a $350 discount. It's,
yeah.
But I need to check it out on the UK account, because Black Friday's coming up, isn't it?
It is. Day after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Big shopping day.
Well, for the UK, it's on the 29th of November. So I've already put it in my calendar to be like, right, get your Google Pixel 9 on that day. That's the main thing I want.
Well, what about Cyber Monday?
I didn't think of that. All right, well, Cyber Monday, I'm now going to put that in as well, but I need to, I need to get a discounted phone. But anyway, it's not as crazy as the US here. It's really not. You still get a ton of great discounts, but I mean, the videos from the US, it's like a war, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be in the US in a minute, so.
Are you there for Black Friday?
I don't know. What is that deal not on now?
That deal is on now, but they do this, don't they? They do deals working up to Black Friday, but Black Friday is like everyone, beats each other up and for like the latest, Furby or something.
Throwback.
They do though. They I've seen videos of it. It's not even like they're fighting over PlayStations. It's like a toy that every kid wants, and they're just like, pressing up against the glass, aren't they? Actually, I wish I remember the name of it, but my mum and a partner actually watched a film last night, 2 nights ago, about Black Friday and like how dark it is, and it was like a sort of dark side to it.
Well, yeah, people like the violence, and they shove people out of the way and don't care about trampling on people just to get in Walmart to get a new TV.
Well, exactly, yeah.
That they didn't even want, but because it's so good of a deal, they think, well, I've got to.
Yeah.
That's what it does, doesn't it? Like Black Friday, it forces you to buy things you were never going to buy in the first place just because it's a good deal. Not in your case, obviously, because it's something you've thought about for like 2 years, but...
Because but that's me. I think that's to do with your mindset. The way I purchase in life is very logical. I am. Like, I can't, like... The way I buy, I only ever buy things, and I get enjoyment from this. I just want to make that clear. I'm not like strict about it. The way I purchase is it's practical things that are going to make my life easier. Or something needs fixing in the house, or something, I've got a broken suitcase, get a new suitcase.
/ rip one apart and...
Well, yes, recently. Well, I will do that if I don't need to buy it.
You are a fixer-upper, aren't you?
I do like fixing things, and if something's broken in my life, which that's a whole new topic, a whole other topic. But if something's broken in my life, then I'm adamant to fix it. And if there's something online that's is a replacement of it or whatever it is, I'll buy it instantly. I don't just live with that broken thing. I'm not about that. I'm about having a functioning environment. So if something's broken, I'm just going to buy it or try fix it. And with my suitcase, God, I had a nightmare with my suitcase. The handle just won't go down. It's quite embarrassing because the handle won't go down, but every stewardess and every taxi driver believed they could put it down. And I was like, trust me, it's not going to go down.
You're like, no, it's okay. You just press the button and, and then
Yeah.
it never worked.
And I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to sit down and let you do that then. And yeah, they would just get really angry with it and be like, why is this not going to? I've told you it's not going to go down. And then they end up just angrily sort of putting it away. So I've just accepted it. But I managed to fix it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so it's a bit... It works. At the end of the day, it works. We took it to France and it worked. It worked absolutely fine.
I just realised I've got a suitcase in that corner you can use for spares and repairs if you need anything else.
No, because that's a good suitcase.
No, it's not. It's missing 2 wheels in half a corner.
Oh, that happened, didn't it?
Yeah. Dragging it around Munich, it just completely fell up. It was a metaphor, darling, for me without you, because it completely fell apart.
Hey, that's good, I'll take... Yeah.
So Scott had left Germany already, and I was walking around Germany with a very hungover my dad and your brother.
Yeah.
And yeah, just try. In fact, I don't know if I told you this. Ethan nearly got run over by a tram because all of us.
Hell.
It was like tying his shoelace. It was on like next to the tram lines. It was like pretty much there's a really little dip between the path and the tram lines. And he's bent on this corner tying his shoelace, like half leaning over where the tram lines are. And this tram was like right there, and like about to come into the stop. And we just kept beep beep,
no,
beep, beep, and none of us registered that it was anything to do with us.
Oh fuck!
And you could see the driver. He was like, "What are you doing?" Like in German.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry. Forgot about that.
Bloody hell. Did it come quite close then?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
It was like couldn't have been any closer.
Their trams are dangerous. They kill people in Manchester that often.
Yeah, so it was near the stop, so he'd already started to slow down and he was waiting for him to shift so he could get into the stop.
Oh crap! Oh my god!
None of us registered that noise as an urgency to move.
Bloody hell!
I think because it was so soft, it was like ding ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. It's like, oh, nice pretty bells in Munich.
Yeah, you just thought it probably is in the market or something.
Yeah.
That's mad. That could have been bad because trams will sneak up on you, even though they're massive. They're just on the the high streets, aren't they? They just come down the high street.
Yeah.
And they're quite silent, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit scary.
It is.
Yeah, I always remember a story about a guy. This is bad. I always remember a story from uni where a guy died because his partner pushed him in front of it.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah. Apparently they were having an argument. She just shoved him in front of it. He died.
She must have got done for murder.
I think so, yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't look up the news. It was just a thing that went round.
Yeah, like you know about that story of...
But I can totally believe it. It's a believable thing, so I could see, if you go to Manchester City Centre, there's always, at some point in the day, a couple shouting at each other. Mm. They're usually crackheads, but, I mean, still...
Yeah, so even more likely to shove someone in front of a tram.
Yeah. By the way, Manchester's a great city. It's actually...
Yeah, Manchester's a great city.
It's actually my favourite city in the UK.
It's definitely... Oh my god, is that a baby? I think that was a baby magpie.
Yeah, but they can't see that baby.
No, they can't, sorry.
They can't see it, so that's not of interest, but shows you just in a baby magpie outside.
Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, there's many interesting things. Yeah, Manchester is a great city. I was always pretty anti-Manchester, being a Yorkshire lass. It's all Leeds. And for those of you around the world who haven't heard of Leeds, you must say the name 3 times.
Yes.
It's not Leeds, it's Leeds. And yeah, but then we went there for your birthday. I think it was the first time we went together.
Yes, because I was excited to show you it because I lived there for 4 years.
Yeah, and show me you did. You really showed me the sights. We went to a lovely restaurant which sadly isn't there anymore, Rosso's.
Yes,
was
that
owned.
was Rio Ferdinand.
Yes, it was. I've still got the hand sanitizer somewhere to put, which wasn't free, but we have it. They put out little. This may be why they went bust. People kept stealing the hand sanitizer.
It was so good though. It was like rose flavored.
Yeah.
Rose scent.
Rose scented hand sanitizer is beautiful. Yeah, lovely. And Manchester in general, there's just so much to do. Like around every corner, it's very entertaining. We went to a bar that was like a Blockbusters, and all the drinks were film themed. Like I think I got a Jaws, which was like a blue lagoon with some like red stuff in it, so it looked like a shark attack. Right across the way there was a banging ramen and baobab place.
Oh, that ramen place is a
Baobon.
No, I've always called it bao. No, what have I called it? There's two different ways.
Bao buns.
Baos. But how do you call it? What?
Bao.
Bao.
Or bo. Bao. I think it's bao.
I got corrected like recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, and everyone's like, yeah, this is how you say it. I was like, I've never said it like that. And I've never heard it, but apparently I was saying it wrong. But I still can't remember what it is. Bao buns.
Bao buns.
That sounds very Yorkshire. Bao buns.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a bao bun.
Yeah, that sounds like a Yorkshire, but it's not Yorkshire. Is it what, Chinese bao buns?
Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure.
Bao
if I had to guess, I'd probably say Japanese, just because we had that empty bao bun Mickey Mouse thing in Disney Tokyo.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Obviously it's Asian food, but I don't know where exactly in Asia it comes from.
Yeah, the printed Mickey Mouse. But by the way, I didn't finish the two reasons why I was.
Sorry, it's my fault.
No, there's no fault. We just flows the podcast. But I just know it's annoying when it starts something and then you go, oh god, that person never finished it. But yes, two reasons how I buy is one, practical, and two, investments.
Ah, yes.
That's the only ways I buy. It's rare that I buy outside. Well, I guess the third, if you sort of bringing in like holidays and experiences and travel, then that third one is just, experiences, things that I just think will be, but they're new. It's not like, going to the same restaurant 6 times. It's, Rosso's, it's like a really cool restaurant. Go to Hotel Gotham, like really interesting experiences that I just maybe a different type of class or have some sort of unique aspect to them, going whatever it is. So those are the 3 ways how I buy. I don't just buy clothes. I don't just buy aftershave. I don't just buy instruments. I don't just buy instruments. I don't just buy new duvet or a new wardrobe. I just, I would buy a new wardrobe if I needed one, but I wouldn't just buy it for the sake of it. But and I'm not being strict myself. I genuinely enjoy doing. That's just how I buy. I just want to make that clear. Most people are like, "Why do you do that?" But it's just I enjoy. I get more enjoyment out of doing that, and that's why people laugh at me when, your dad laughed at me when I told him what I got my mum for last Christmas.
Tell the listener what you got your mum for last Christmas.
Well, I got her a few things. But no, I'm a good son, and she loves me for this. I got her some light bulbs. Some light bulbs. On it, some of the lights were out. I got her these weird metal things that I don't know what you call those lights in every kitchen these days, but
Under cupboard lighting.
No, the ones in the ceiling, but they're like built within the ceiling.
Oh, spotlights.
Spotlights, yeah, everyone has them these days. But to keep them so they don't just fall out, you have this like really strange little metal. So anyway, it's a random thing. It basically just ends up being a bag of just little metal wire things, but they're really hard to find. And then I bought these little attachments that you add inside your cupboard, which basically makes it when you close the cupboard door, it just closes slowly. It doesn't
soft close.
Soft close, yeah. It's like these attachments. They were surprisingly expensive. Those they weren't cheap. Those, yeah, yeah. What else did I get? I got something else. Oh, I bought her a sink. Yeah. I bought her a sink. That was the main present. I bought her a sink, and I think I bought her a kettle.
And you got some pans.
And I got her some pans. So I think that was for a birthday. But yeah. So if I say that to people, they are like, you are the worst. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And yes, she does love perfume. She does love new jewelry. She does. But no one's going to buy her those practical things. And she won't buy those practical things because she will always, default to buying the jewelry, the new clothes, going on holiday, whatever. And then she'll just deal with it. Why? I can fix that for her. And they are usually, a bit more of an investment. So, and I'm happy I get enjoyment out of that. So, I think it's very nice. But some people think I'm a twat for doing it. But she appreciates it.
Of course she does. There's no twattery about it. I think it's very thoughtful. You buy gifts for people that improve their lives, and you make.
Yes, exactly.
So it's not just like don't get me wrong. I love a bottle of wine and I love a bath bomb and all those things, but those are finite usage items, aren't they? Like, you've used it and it's gone. It's lovely. You enjoyed it, but something like that she's going to use every single day, and it's going to improve her day-to-day life. So I think it's great gifts.
Exactly. There we go. See, and you're gonna get a bottle of wine off everyone. You're gonna get someone's gonna buy you perfume. Someone's gonna buy you a new top. Like, you're gonna get these things. So then I just don't see them as special. But
well, just to backtrack slightly to Manchester.
Yeah.
It's probably worth us, because just something I feel a little bit bad about is how much we bitch about Manchester Airport.
Oh yeah.
And well, we've had a bit of a revelation, haven't we?
We have. We definitely have. Because we went to a different terminal. Was it Terminal 2?
Terminal 2, yeah.
Yeah, and we go...
Which I'm flying out of tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, is it Terminal 1 we usually go to?
I think so.
So Terminal 1's awful. Don't go to Terminal 1. Like, it's none of the...
Security?
No, not the... Well, the security sucks as well. But, what's the conveyor belts called?
Conveyor belts?
The conveyor belts that make you walk faster. Those things.
Travelators.
Yeah, travelators. Yeah, they're never on. Apparently they're broken. Some twat told me, it's because it's too expensive, so that's why it's not on.
What?
What fucking planet are you on, you fucking tosspot? Think about how many people go through that airport every day.
I think Manchester Airport's got plenty of money.
Yeah, I was like, no, trust me. I know. It's like, it's because it's too expensive, so they can't run them. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
And you're not allowed the big light on either.
Exactly. Like, what? What a ridiculous thing. Yeah, fucking idiot. But anyway, if you're flying out of Terminal 1, you're going to have a terrible experience. I'm sorry you are. The security suck. We're going to at some point get some hate for this from some Manchester Airport when this goes big. And
or maybe they'll give us some free flights.
Hopefully, yeah. But Terminal 2...
Delightful. It's like it's all... Well, when we first arrived, it was like a construction site, wasn't it? We thought, here we go. Like,
yeah, God,
what's
it was the
happening
entire
here?
thing was construction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is, yeah.
Like, loads of it looks like you just walk... It looks like... You're not in... It doesn't look like the UK, does it? It looks like you're in a really underdeveloped country with shacks for an airport.
Yeah, it looks like you just walked into the airport for, like, I don't know.
Careful.
Yeah. Well, I won't name an island, but an island with the population of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. But when we got through and like we were going to security, like you pass, you've got to like scan your boarding pass to get through the gates, and then you get to security. Not the gates, sorry. Like not the airport gates, but the gate that you have to walk, like literal gate that you walk through, like barrier. And then there were, would you say? Let me think. I don't know, maybe 6 different security lanes, all Smiths. There were quite a few. I think only maybe 2 or 3 in use when we were there, because we were there really early morning. And it was like something, it was like queuing for a Disney ride. There was a really lovely woman there who was chatting away to us. She even, so I put my bag down from it, and she even picked it up for me and helped me take it over to the conveyor belt. And they're like, oh yes, just leave everything inside. You don't need to get any liquids out. You don't need to get any electricals out. You just put everything in those bags and then we pop it through. I was like, well, fantastic. And they were really pleasant, all in really good moods. And there were these screens up that had really interesting information. So they had things like I think how many people had been through that day, and then acceptance and rejection rates, which I found to be really interesting. So it said like I think they had a target of a certain amount they need to reject versus how many they actually had. So the conveyor belt we were on, I think, only had something like a 3% rejection rate, and the one next to us had something like a 17% rejection rate, meaning like, you know, ones that have been pulled aside to be checked more thoroughly. And then my bag was selected to be, which it always is, to be checked more thoroughly. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to swab your laptop. So, you know, like they get a little bit of tissue sort of thing. You just sort of swab my laptop, put it in a machine. He's like, yeah, you're good to go. I was like, oh, thank you very much. I was like, he just needed his KPIs boosting a bit, I think.
Yeah, because they do have targets, don't they?
Yeah.
They have the as well as, which I'm surprised they sort of put that out there. I find that a bizarre thing. Maybe I feel like there is a logical reason behind it, because I think I always remember getting angry with the rule, what everyone says with driving tests. They say, oh, there's a target where, you know, they can only pass so many people in a day. I was like, that's awful. But it seems to be a consistent theme with things, and I feel like there is some logic. Like, it makes me angry, but I feel like there might be some logical reason to it.
I don't know.
But it doesn't sound very logical, is it?
No. But it was very easy. And even when we got through security, it was very nice too.
Yes, it was. Well, I think it'd just been done up, so it was just, it was really, it was way more chilled. Yeah, like you said, the security was nice. It was smooth. There was no queue, which I guess was more on sort of the day and time we were going. But yeah. So Terminal 2 is lovely. You don't think it's gonna be lovely because the amount of construction on the way, but it is actually really nice. And I'm surprised you always get your bags always get pipped. I'm always confused by that, because I'm the one with all sorts of dodgy stuff. You know, I've got
dodgy stuff.
You know, I've got a bunch of, you know, I'm into a lot of neurotropics, and you know, I got medication stuff. So you've got
like all your running,
got my running gels and
powders and
Huel, so it looks
you got like a massive bag of
white powder. So it's like, you know,
and you just go, oh yeah, it's a protein shake. Like, oh yeah, sound.
Yeah, they never ban it. I think only once out of, and we've flown a crazy amount of times in the last 3 years, once it's been taken off to one side, and they were like, oh, what's this? So I just told them, and they're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, once. And so I never get it. Never. The things that would only get me there is, you know, if I had a big, you know, liquid, I think, that I forgot about. So why do you always get pipped? What is it?
I don't know. I mean, I can make guesses.
Because yours goes down regularly down the other side.
Maybe it's because I'm a woman. I don't know.
Maybe
they think she looks like an international assassin. So
maybe it's always the ones you least expect.
It is, absolutely.
It is. So we want to bring back the travel segment, because, you know, that is a mainstay, but of course we need to travel for that to work, which we do regularly. But we're back for Christmas. But we just went somewhere, didn't we?
We did. We went to Nice in the south of France. We spoke about it in the last episode for a friend's wedding. It was very, very beautiful. Do you have your... Would you like me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, well, I'll start with my favourite thing about the south of France. So, I mean, we didn't explore it much. We spent most of the time at the chateau for the friend's wedding, which was gorgeous. Like, we really enjoyed that. But if we talk, you know, I could say things like, obviously, spending quality time with friends. But I think with it being a travel segment...
About the country.
It's about the country, isn't it, and the place. So I would say... see, I've got two things in my mind. I really liked where we stayed, as in the area. Like, I think it was just scenic and pretty. But I would say the weather at this time of year, which is quite unique, I think.
That's a good one.
For Europe, anyway. You know, like, most places that you go in Europe now, it'd be pretty chilly, like, starting to think about Christmas markets. But actually, I was in a bikini sunbathing by the pool. It's a very pleasant climate. So I would say that was my favourite thing about the south of France in November.
Yeah, it was like the perfect weather. It was just the lightest of breeze. The sun was out. It wasn't too hot. You weren't going to get sweaty. It was just exactly what you want it to be. Like, it's rare that you find countries like that. It's either, quite hot or it's quite cold. For me, it's the people. I found that true from our 2 visits this year to France. The locals are great.
Yeah.
French people, they're just great. They're so nice, so welcoming. They've got good crack. Every taxi driver's a good laugh. The Airbnb hosts were so nice.
They were great.
They let us stay an extra 2 nights for a discount. That's really appreciated.
Even drove us to the chateau one night.
Yeah, they drove us with their son in the car, and they were going out for dinner. They drove us to the chateau. The wedding we were going to. So yeah, the people for me were the best.
Yeah, I love that. And then in terms of least favourite,
I think we'll say the same thing.
I don't know. I'm going to say what you're going to say.
What do you want me to get?
Oh, wait. Okay. No, for me, it's the inaccessibility of Ubers.
Exactly. That's me.
Okay. Well, or rather Bolts. And they were quite expensive.
Very expensive. I mean, from where we weren't quite in the centre of Nice. What we were, I don't know the exact place, but
Sergeants.
We were right next door to Santorini.
No, that's Italy.
Oh, fucking hell. There we go.
Actually, it could be Greece. I don't know.
No, that's where my mum's just been. No, there was that place they were all going to go to, weren't they?
Saint-Tropez.
Saint-Tropez.
Arcans.
So we were near Saint-Tropez. I'm pretty sure we were right next to Saint-Tropez.
I think it was a bit of a way away. I don't know.
Well,
anyway.
We don't know where we were.
We were somewhere in the south.
But we were an hour from the airport.
Yeah.
And it was 100. I mean, when we checked to go back, it was 160 euros to get an Uber, which is ridiculous.
And getting an Uber from the airport, he tried to scam us because we saw it was much cheaper on Bolt, and so we booked a Bolt that was 70 euros, I think, 75. And he came over and he put in his phone in Translate, oh, there's a problem with the app, it's not actually that, I'll cancel it, and it's 130 cash. I'm like, haha, jog on, mate, not a chance.
Yeah, we just laughed at
him. the lack of safety in all of that is a big fat no.
Yeah, fuck it. And it's so funny when they try to be like, no, and they try to be angry if you're like, no, this is how it works. So, all right, mate.
Yeah.
You just laugh at them and be like, well, no, sit
yeah.
All right, jog on. We'll get another one.
And the other taxi driver was fantastic.
Yeah.
Lovely. Didn't say a thing. Had a very nice car. Put our cases in the boot. Sweet.
Exactly. So don't get tricked by that. Any airport you go to, no matter what country, and if someone's running up to you trying to offer you a taxi, don't accept it. Just book a taxi. The only time there will be people, I've learned this in some countries, Dubai's an example, the Uber, because I saw a woman get confused by this. There's where the Uber station is, there'll be guys just stood there, and they look like random taxi guys, but they are actually Uber drivers. There's a different system in some airports where basically there's an Uber rep, but they don't always have an Uber top on, and they stand there and they look at you. They want to look at your phone just to see who's coming, and then they might point you to a car parking space.
Yeah,
it's just because your taxi's gone into that parking space. So, I think India had that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's the only time where you can trust, but yeah, they just want to see.
Yeah, because it still goes from the app, and you'll still get the driver and stuff, their information, the license plate, but I think you get more of a number that pops up on your screen, don't you? And they just link you to that person.
And they go, so they're actually there to help you, but you can't really tell. It just has an Uber sign there, and a lot of the time they don't have Uber tops on. So, and I saw this guy no, I don't want to, just shaking a hand in front of his face. No, and he's like, all right, whatever. I know he was just trying to figure out, I should bet. So, but anyway, I think you'd have to experience it to sort of know when that is the case or not. But what a wonderful episode.
Absolutely.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We like this. What? Sorry.
I certainly did.
I certainly did. I like this free roam. Again, I'll be honest, we went in with a format and we've not done any of it. Except for the travel segment. But I must say I enjoyed it.
Me too. Very good.
But yes, we love you all. And until next time, remember, stay ballsy.
What about the rest of the outro?
Oh, for fuck's sake. I fucked the outro. Look at that. I fucked the outro. Let's start again.
We love you all. Stay ballsy.
We do love you all. We thank you for taking a break from your day to get balls deep with us. Until next time, remember, stay ballsy.
Dive deep, but don't forget your snorkel.
Balls deep.